Happy Saturday, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
John Hump.
We're going to watch the trailer for Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh boy.
From Comic-Con 2018. Well, I'm excited for this because, I kind of remember the first one. Hey, Patron of the Day shout out. Want to give it to Adelia Chamberlain today.
Hi, Adelia.
I was talking with Adelia. She's one of our longtime patrons. And she was telling me about this unique type of condition she has called hypergraphia. I don't know if she's okay with me talking about it, but I want to talk about it. It's a behavioral condition classified by an intense urge to write.
Damn.
Which is the coolest condition I could have ever heard of.
You can make a movie like that where it's a superpower.
And considering that, this comes from famous author J.K. Rowling, I wanted to shout you out today because she's written several books and she wants to one day publish one of them. And I highly encourage you to keep going out there, keep writing, and publish one of your novels. And in fact, you could send us one of your books, and I think you're planning on doing that. And we will take about 2 years to read it, knowing the pace that John and I read at. And then we'll hop right to it, okay, my dear?
And then we'll make our own audio book out of it, because that's what you've always wanted, right?
Yeah.
Us reading your words.
Well, Adelia, we love you. It's time to watch this trailer. Just found out Zoe Kravitz was asked what they would use magic for. She said impeach Trump.
Hey!
I stand with her. Let's watch this.
I'm scared, Professor Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Everyone
Dumbledore.
is scared of something.
We back at Hogwarts.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous?
Oh, we're doing Boggarts again.
You're up next.
He does look like a young newt.
An unusual one. What Mr. Scamander fears above everything else is...
Having to work in an office, sir.
Go ahead, Newt.
Ridiculous.
I could do that spell. Ridiculous. Whoa.
Ooh,
The whole
cinematic universe
production
bumper.
company there? Okay.
Magic blooms
Cool. Hey.
only in rare souls.
That's the Johnny Depp voice. Whoa, cool.
Still, we must skulk in shadows.
Especially you.
Yeah. Especially now.
Whoa.
But the old ways serve us no longer.
Yeah.
We've heard the rumors. Grindelwald had a vision that he would rise to dominance over the wizarding world.
He will.
So you're asking me to help
Whoa.
hunt him down?
That's the Lady and the Tramp, those cats.
I can't move against Grindelwald.
Why?
It has to be you.
Is that the Mirror of Eris?
In your shoes, I'd probably refuse to. It's late. Good evening, Newt. Oh, come on.
You underestimate your talents, Mr. Scamander.
Wow, this looks much crazier.
Yeah. This is
Is the
epic.
key to our victory.
Muggles are not lesser. Not this
Oh,
crucible.
yeah.
You're too good, Newt. You never met a monster you couldn't love.
Credence!
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. That's true.
Damn, man.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Mr. Scamander!
Like a sky
Do you
chase.
think Dumbledore will mourn for you?
Whoa.
Are you a ghost?
No, I'm alive, but I'm an alchemist and therefore immortal.
Oh,
Nicola Flamel.
Oh, damn.
Jacob Kowalski.
Oh,
Oh, you don't look a day over 375.
That was scripted or improvised. There, yeah, that was nice.
Damn Fogler, man.
All right, so between the two of us, John is definitely, the Harry Potter fan. I've seen all the Harry Potter movies, but you've read all the books.
I have read all the books.
That's right.
That makes me a better fan than you.
Yeah. The thing with prequels is it's hard for me to really feel the stakes sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of giving this really doom and gloom vibe here.
Well, and they're trying to
well, I know he's not going to win in the end of this franchise, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can't.
And that kind of conflict just kind of reminds me of going up against Voldemort in the
Yeah.
other movies,
Yeah. Johnny Depp has a very strange image in everyone's eyes these days. We talk about him quite a bit on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
John said it best at our live event. He's like a pumpkin, just
You've ever
rotting.
seen one of those time-lapse images of a pumpkin just deteriorating? That's
Yeah. I know there's been quite a backlash with him being in it, and there's a lot of him in this trailer, and you kind of have to.
the title character.
The title character. I feel like we can maybe adjust to being on board a little bit more for him being in it because of the
he's
fact that
villain.
he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's usually the scapegoat. When
Mel
someone
Gibson.
has a bad public image, is you just make them the bad guy in the movie, and then we can get on board for it.
And it's okay because we get to cathartically hate them on
Yeah,
screen.
and he's doing, the Johnny Depp British accent that we all heard a billion times. He looks like he's doing a good job. I'll give him that.
He looks like
he
he
looks
showed
committed.
up.
He looks committed, which I'm happy for. The highlights for me in here would have to actually be Jude Law as Dumbledore. That was the
Yeah.
biggest takeaway. He looks like such a great charm and charisma.
Yeah, he captures that warm, sparkly Dumbledore glow where you're
Yeah.
like, this guy clearly knows what he's doing, but I just feel so at ease and warm in your presence, And especially that scene with the Defense Against the Dark Arts class where they're doing the Boggart thing and seeing him
Yeah.
with young Newt. Like, I'm actually excited for that stuff.
Yeah, the stakes look a lot higher, and the emotional intensity seems a lot more raised, which is making me want to go back and revisit the first one again.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to be as invested in this one as possible, because this looks epic. This looks grand.
It
yeah.
does. Well, and the first one had a different set of stakes where it's like, oh, all these creatures, you gotta
Yeah,
get them
yeah.
back in the bag.
Yeah.
And this one's like, oh, life and death, real world stakes and stuff.
Well, it looks like it's starting off in a realm of cool fantasy, then it's going to get progressively darker. I don't know how people are responding to that moment where Johnny Depp's kind of like on this chariot of, what are those,
Yeah.
dragons or horses? I couldn't make it out.
I think they're thestrals, which are these like skeleton horses with wings, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I mean, it looks a little cheesy, but it looks cool cheesy to me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a sky
Yeah.
chase sequence, Yeah,
It
it's
looks
like
very
a-
fantastical.
Yeah, which I do appreciate a lot from this trailer is just the fantastical quality overall. I mean, you've got that like circus vibe, you've got people apparating and
Yeah.
disapparating all over the place. For this franchise, I'm curious to see how natural it's going to feel to have Newt taking on this
Yeah.
big, threat, because that's just not the purpose of that character as I perceived it originally. But this definitely looks a lot more epic and a lot bigger in scope of story.
Totally.
Anyway, yeah.
And there seems to be even more characters now that
Yeah.
it doesn't even feel like Newt central focused. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
this feels like an ensemble
Like,
that'll
he's
focus a bit on Dumbledore.
kind of barely in the trailer.
Yeah, right? There's more time spent with little Newt than grown up.
There's
Newt.
little Newt and Dumbledore and Grindelwald and a little bit of Eddie Redmayne. But for what it is, I mean, this was an epic trailer, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I really am. I kind of appreciate that we didn't see Hogwarts in the first one, and now we're really diving more back into it.
Yeah, well, and of all these different ways to keep a franchise alive, I didn't think the first Fantastic Beasts was amazing, but I did think it was pretty good enough that I still remember it. It still stuck with me, and the Harry Potter world's aura is one I do dearly love.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, what did you think of the Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald trailer? Can you see past the Deppster? I know the male demographic can on this channel. Woo! A bunch of... All right. You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell. You can check us out on Patreon where we do full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&As, and music video coverage. We'd love to have you become a Patronaject today.